It's tattoo day! Here we are at Fat Sully's Pizza, also known as Denver Biscuit Company, in the morning time to grab some pizza and a beer, which is kind of our after tattoo tradition. So let's go inside.
It's happy hour.
Hi guys, I am finally back home from the tattoo shop and I am exhausted. My session was good and a little tender. I haven't been tattooed in like 2 years, so yeah, it quite took a lot of energy out of me, and me and my boyfriend were able to get tattooed today together, which was awesome. So I went first and he went first. But yeah, I'm actually going to go relax and get ready for bed because I have to be up early tomorrow morning. But I wanted to show you guys what the tattoo looks like fresh. This is right after the shower. Well, not right after the shower, but I've washed it off and I just recently put some lotion on it. So this is what the tattoo looks like. Goes all the way up here. And this was all done before, so all of the new stuff is up top. So yeah, I personally love it. I think it looks amazing. It's obviously very dark, but I think it looks really good, and the way it's filled in feels really symmetrical to my other arm, and I love the moon. I love the like stars and just the clouds, and when it heals, I think it's just gonna look super smooth and super good. And yeah, so that's fresh from the shop. Just got this a couple hours ago. So I'm going to baby this thing until it's finished healing. So yeah. Hey YouTube, it's Crimson. So everything you just saw previously was filmed just before Christmas. So I am finally going to be showing you my cover-up / Harry Potter tattoo. And if you would like to hear the story of why I got this Harry Potter tattoo and why I got this cover-up, then keep on watching. I do apologize for the bit of crappy yellow tinted lighting in my bathroom, but it's the best I gotta work with without a fan blowing. So first, let me go ahead and show you the tattoo that I have. So here we go. So here is my Hogwarts Harry Potter tattoo. And it goes kind of up on my shoulder. And then there's this moon. Okay, so now that I've shown off the finished and healed tattoo, I just wanted to tell you about what it looked like before. I will insert a picture. So originally when I got that owl tattoo, my idea for the tattoo was the owl. At the time, I felt very connected with owls because they're like messengers, and can bring wisdom, and I was seeing lots of owls in my life, and you know, things were just kind of happening in correspondence to seeing them. So I just resonated with owls, and I thought it was cool. And then the dream catcher originally, since I moved to Colorado, was supposed to have like the Colorado Sea, and that was supposed to be in the beading of the dream catcher. And towards the end of the day, it kind of looked a little more unfinished than anything. And I just started to really hate the lack of detail in the owl. The face of the owl kind of looks like Gunther from Adventure Time. I just really didn't like the tattoo anymore. And the thing that I hated about it most was the proportion size, which is like the owl was like this big, and then the dream catcher was like just as big as the owl, which I always hated because it was just so huge. And I don't know, it just put a bad taste in my mouth every time I saw it. And it's funny as far as the Harry Potter thing goes. So kind of what started that, and like at first anybody who saw my owl tattoo, the like original piece, they would always say, "Oh, is that Hedwig?" And I'm like, no. I didn't associate all owls to be Hedwig. Plus originally the owl was supposed to be a barn owl, so it just didn't look like a snowy owl, and it was holding a dream catcher and flying, so I didn't think that was very Harry Potter-like. But I got that comment all the time, and it honestly was super annoying just because it was just like, no, it's just a cool owl tattoo. Or a lot of people thought I was like Native American or something, or had a Native American kind of style tattoo, which that wasn't really the vibe I was going for, but I guess I can see where people thought that, and that look kind of came about. So originally, when I was finally ready to say, you know what, I want to get this covered up, I found a tattoo artist and sent her an email, who is my current tattoo artist now. We talked about the sleeve and the way the owl was and how dark the lines were, especially the detail in the dream catcher. We would need something very dark to cover it up, and at the time I had no idea what I wanted. And it was very difficult, but it was a very tough decision, and I didn't want to cop out on something that I might regret later, or that I wouldn't want to see forever, and I at least wanted it to be creative. So honestly, we ended up starting this sleeve. I did an entire separate project with this arm. So we did this whole sleeve out before we even touched this arm. So I had so much time to think about it. This sleeve took like a year and a half. Comment down below if you want a separate video on this sleeve, like, or maybe I can do like a tattoo tour if that's something that you guys would be interested in, because I definitely have more tattoos than just what's on my arms, but this arm in particular would probably have its own video dedicated to it, because it would probably take me so long to talk about anyway. So the more ideas I had, at first I thought about an octopus at one point, because I like the ocean and sea creatures are cool, but it would have to be really black and it would be like all the way down my arm, and I just didn't see that like being something that I wanted forever, at least in that location. So at first I thought maybe something Lord of the Rings, because I do like Lord of the Rings. And we thought about turning, like putting a castle, or like the tower with the eye there, and turning the owl into like more of an eagle, and I just didn't really love that idea or that specific scene for a Lord of the Rings tattoo, so I kind of strayed away from those ideas and that theme. And then I kind of liked the idea of a castle, like a dark castle, and I thought something like vampiric would be cool because I love vampire stuff. And just the more the owl I had to work with, because I didn't know if we were going to be able to cover it up. So I assumed pretty much the whole time that we were going to rework the owl. So that's initially why I chose Hogwarts. And I honestly like Hogwarts a lot. Like, The scene of the tattoo is, you know, like kind of like that first scene when you see Hogwarts, and it's just the most mystical. You can even see Hagrid's hut right here. It's just like the first scene you see in the first movie is so whimsical and so cute, and I just love thinking of all the mysteries in Hogwarts and all the things that happened and all the different types of witches and wizards, and I love things that come with Hogwarts, like Moaning Myrtle and the Chamber of Secrets. I think is probably my favorite, like, Harry Potter film, even like when they were young too. I just love that one. So when I got this done, the castle itself took about 9 hours, and that was the initial cover up. I can tell where the Dreamcatcher used to be. If you can tell, or if you notice it, see if you can see it in the comments. This will be getting touched up in March, so we are gonna deepen up some things, so it may look even better. Then I'll probably do an update video when that happens. But and then the owl, which was, you know, up here, I personally didn't know if it was going to be covered. So when I had my consultation with her, I told her, I was like, I have to be honest, I hate this owl. It looks like it's attacking Hogwarts, or my friends and I would call like Allosaurus Rex flying through the sky, crashing into Hogwarts. And just the proportion was still irritating me. So she was like, there's 2 options: get part of it lasered and then do a better cover up of that, or just go dark. And lasering wasn't an option for me. Plus lasering is expensive and it's very painful if you do a little research about it. But I mean, it can be done. You can survive it. It's just that wasn't an option for myself. So we went dark, and I really like it. And she used the negative space really well with the moon here and like the clouds. And halfway through the session when she was doing the clouds, I was just like, oh my God, that owl's gone. It was just super cool to see. So I think I will make an update video though when I get this touched up. But initially the Hogwarts idea did just come from having to use the owl, and then with the castle, I like that it's a scene, and that makes me really happy. Plus, I do like Harry Potter, maybe not as much as I like Lord of the Rings, but I like Harry Potter enough to have this beautiful Hogwarts castle on my arm. Well, I think that's all I have to say about the cover up and, you know, why I got it and why I picked Hogwarts. And yes, it was very painful, especially inside the bicep, but that's just some tattoos. Some people say they're not painful, and people have different pain tolerances, but that was a rough area, not gonna lie. But yeah, if you guys want some more tattoo content, then let me know. Until then, I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.